The streets were buzzing, timelines were flooded, and the energy felt chaotic. One headline after another dropped like dominoes. Young Buck was back in jail. Slim Thug had just been robbed. Kanye West, or YE as he now calls himself, went off on Travis Scott in a way nobody saw coming. And right in the middle of it all, 50 Cent stepped back into the picture like a storm nobody was ready for. It all started with the news about Young Buck, the former G-Unit rapper, who has had a long and rocky history with 50 Cent, found himself locked up again. According to reports, Buck was arrested for violating the terms of his probation. The details were murky at first, but what stood out was the sense that this was another chapter in a story that refuses to end. Social media lit up instantly. Fans who grew up on Buck's gritty Southern style couldn't believe it. Videos from his recent performances were circulating just days before. It looked like he was finally making progress, staying consistent, dropping new music. Then boom, he's back behind bars. But what really sent shockwaves was the way 50 Cent responded. Nobody expected it. Instead of trolling or throwing shade like he's done in the past, 50 posted a cryptic photo on Instagram. It was an old G-Unit group picture. Buck was in the center, smiling. The caption, "Sometimes you gotta look out for the ones who forgot who looked out for them. I ain't forget." That was enough to get everyone talking. Some fans thought 50 was being sarcastic. Others saw it as a sign of maturity. Maybe he was stepping in to help Buck. Maybe he was just reminding the world that he's always been 2 steps ahead. Either way, it was clear. 50 wasn't going to sit back and stay silent. Within hours, sources close to Buck's camp confirmed that legal support was being mobilized. And rumor had it, 50 was involved. This added a whole new twist to their long-running saga. For years, Buck and 50 were at odds. Diss tracks, interviews, lawsuits. It felt like their friendship was dead and buried. But this moment showed something else. Maybe it was respect. Maybe loyalty. Or maybe 50 just couldn't watch one of his soldiers crash out completely. Whatever it was, it caught the culture by surprise. While the internet was still trying to process that, another headline broke. Slim Thug had just been robbed. The Houston rap legend, known for staying low-key and out of trouble, was reportedly hit while leaving a studio late at night. According to witnesses, 2 masked men ran up on his vehicle and got away with jewelry, cash, and some personal items. Thankfully, Slim Thug wasn't hurt, but the incident was bold, aggressive, and calculated. He took to Instagram Live shortly after the robbery, calm but clearly irritated. "I don't move sloppy. I don't flash crazy. So for somebody to run up like that, it had to be planned," he said. Fans and fellow rappers flooded the comments with support. Trey the Truth, Bun B, and others in the Southern rap scene made it clear, Houston doesn't tolerate that kind of energy. And while Slim didn't say much about retaliation, the vibe was intense. It wasn't about fear. It was about principle. Slim Thug has always been respected, and robbing someone with that level of history, that's a line you don't cross without consequences. Meanwhile, Y was back online doing what he does best, shaking the culture without warning. This time, his target wasn't a fashion house or the media or an ex-partner. It was Travis Scott. Out of nowhere, Kanye dropped a message that had fans wide-eyed and confused. "Travis, stop telling people I'm your uncle. I'm not your uncle. We not family. We co-workers." That's it. Nobody knew what triggered it. Just days before, Travis had referred to Kanye as UNC. During an interview when asked about influence, he said he helped open creative doors and inspired him to take risks musically and in business. But Kanye clearly didn't appreciate it. Fans instantly started picking sides. Some said Kanye was just being unpredictable, emotional, brutally honest. Others felt he might have been triggered by something we don't even know about. The relationship between Kanye and Travis has always been complicated. They've collaborated, supported each other, and even celebrated family ties through their respective Kardashian connections. But this message felt cold. It wasn't playful. It was distance. The phrase, "I'm not your uncle," trended within hours. Memes flooded timelines. But under the humor was something deeper. He was once again reminding the world that he moves differently, that he's not here to play roles or titles that he didn't agree to. And in doing so, He sent a message not just to Travis, but to everyone in the industry. Kanye answers to no one. The most interesting part was how all three stories, Young Buck's arrest, Slim Thug's robbery, and Ye's call-out, collided at the same time. It painted a picture of chaos, vulnerability, pride, and power. Buck was back in a cell, but his former boss might be stepping in. Slim Thug was just violated, but still standing tall. Kanye was stripping off labels and burning bridges mid-stride. It was hip-hop in its rawest form, unpredictable, real, and emotional. What made it all stick was how human these moments were. Buck, despite all his battles, is still fighting to stay free. Slim, despite his OG status, is still a target in a city that once crowned him king. And Kanye, despite all his genius, is still dealing with identity, connection, and boundaries. These aren't just headlines. They're reminders that even the biggest names in the game bleed, struggle, and fall out with each other. It's not all tours, chains, and streams. There's pain behind the bars. There's tension behind the smiles. And while fans watch from the outside, reposting clips and debating loyalty, these men are living it in real time. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the culture is still very much alive. It's messy, loud, complicated, and beautiful. Whether it's 50 extending an olive branch, Slim Thug keeping his composure after being violated, or Kanye rewriting his own narrative yet again, hip-hop never sleeps. And if you're paying attention, it's not just entertainment. It's a mirror, a reminder, a pulse. These aren't just artists. They're human beings navigating fame, loyalty, survival, and self-worth. And sometimes their biggest battles aren't with the charts. They're with each other and with the weight of everything they carry. This moment, wild as it is, will pass. But the lessons, they'll stay. Because behind every headline, there's a real story. And behind every story, there's a truth waiting to be heard.